Hey guys, my name's Ethan. I'm the owner of Oregon Small Arms Concepts, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about my light armor oven that I just recently got. I'm a relatively new cerakote applicator in the Oregon Northwest Forest Grove area, and looked around for a lot of different options, and I don't think I could find anything that was anywhere close to meeting the specs at the price point that Light Armor offers. I ended up getting one of the LA2500b models of cerakote oven, and that allows me to cerakote full-length rifles, full-length barreled actions, as well as anything smaller than that that I could possibly want to. Really important for me was finding something that was compact and was able to fit in my my shop/garage, because I'm running out of my house. I needed something that could basically share the space with a bunch of other stuff. I'm probably operating my business out of maybe 10 by 19 feet if I'm being generous to myself. So something that was, this size was really, really useful to me. We just finished up working on a couple of rifles and a wrecking bar for some customers, and we're just getting the oven going. So I wanted to show you guys, while we were getting it turned on, about how quickly it can heat up and get everything rolling. I opted for the model that already has the PID controller, the upgraded heating element, the circulating fan, and the insulated base, so that I could put it anywhere I need to. And if I ever wanted to mount it higher up on a stand, I wouldn't need to worry about having insulation or lack thereof underneath of it. The insulation that comes standard is pretty good. Might down the road end up doing some sort of rock wool or some of the other mods that some of the other people do online, but I have no problems parking this thing a couple inches away from my garage door or other equipment, or having anything else sitting next to it when I'm running it. I think when I've temped it before, outside temperature doesn't reach over 112 at any point, which is warm to the touch, but it's not a danger to anything else. This thing warms up pretty quickly. It's usually up to temperature within about 3 to 5 minutes tops. With plenty of room inside, I can pack this thing full of projects all at once if I'm able to get them all done at the same time, or a single larger project. As far as the company goes, Light Armor was really easy to work with. I placed my order through their online application, and they got back to me pretty quickly. When I needed to make an adjustment to my order, they were really generous and were able to squeeze that in without any difficulty. Probably about 2 to 3 weeks, it was delivered. I didn't have any problem with the shipping company. They were able to drop it right outside my garage, and it was as simple as unwrapping it, sliding it off of the pallet that it came on, bringing it in here. I did end up having to install my own 220 outlet. I also opted for the pre-wired option, which meant that I just had to put in a breaker, wire in the outlet, which was maybe 15 minutes, and then plug it in, and it was ready to go. I've done a couple of projects on this so far. Each one's turned out great. I really like having the room to hang everything apart from the other items that are in there. I don't have to worry about anything bumping into each other. I especially am prone to clumsy mistakes sometimes, so not having to practically stack these things on top of each other was super useful. The construction seems really solid. I know some people have criticized that it's screwed together instead of riveted together or welded together. I'm really, really happy, like I mentioned before, wanting to possibly upgrade the insulation on my own later on, being able to just take it apart, layer more insulation in there, or make any adjustments to the type of insulation that I'm using and put it back together without needing to make any sort of invasive cuts or modifications. If I were to do this again, I probably would pick light armor over again. Overall, shipped all the way to Western Oregon, I think my total price was around $21.50. Don't quote me on that. Again, freight's going to be different wherever you're at. But every other option that I looked at was going to either be even more expensive freight due to weight of the object, plus most of the other ovens I think were $1,000 to $2,000 more expensive. At this point, I'm super happy about this oven. It's a great addition to my business. It's helped me increase the efficiency of my work, not having to work with my previous handmade or homemade oven, and I couldn't be happier. For this one, I think Light Armor gets 5 out of 5. I would recommend it to anybody else who's looking at getting started in cerakoting or powder coating, and it's going to be a valuable part of my business. Anyways, feel free to leave any questions or comments, and I'll try and get back to you guys. And if you're looking for Cerakote in the Northwest, reach out to Oregon Small Arms. That's orsmallarms.com. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.